What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Oil Stream. Dustin Nielson and Tom Gazzola with you. Oil Stream brought to you by Boston Pizza. We're on game day. They have $5 off medium pizzas, $1 off of tankards as well. Select tankards, I should say. And, enjoy the game at Boston Pizza. We should have another lunchtime Oil Stream coming up at Boston Pizza as well. But you can enjoy all the games at all of the Boston Pizza Lounge locations. And stay tuned for details on our next lunchtime Oil Stream at a Boston Pizza. Tommy Gazzola, what's going on, buddy? Looking sharp as always.
Hi. I'm doing good, thank you. I feel like I haven't been here in forever doing the show from the satellite studio. And
yeah, you've been in quite a bit here. Yeah, I've really been on the road a lot.
And on the road, and we'll be on the road again today. Hudson's not White Avenue this time, but Hudson's West Edmonton Mall, 6:30 p.m. we get going. I'm hearing Lieutenant Eric's going to hop by too.
He's been thinking about it, and we've been telling people, swing on by, get a gift certificate. Just ask for a gift certificate, and you're just going to give them a gift certificate.
I have lots of gift certificates, and I've been told to give them away at my, whatever I want to do.
Yeah.
Go for it, at my leisure, at my disposal, however you want to sum it up. So, yes.
That's very exciting. Join Tommy tonight, the pre- and post-game show at West Edmonton Mall, Bourbon Street, Hudson's tonight, and swing by. He's got some gift certificates there. We know there'll be some tables of some nasties there. As the Oilers get set to take on the Boston Bruins, we'll certainly get into that as we work our way through the Oil Stream today. Once again, as we mentioned, brought to you by Boston Pizza. The interesting story, the big story, I guess, Tommy. Let me know what's up with the Nuge. What's happening with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins?
He's sick. Dylan Holloway, we saw miss the game in Dallas. He was sick. So there's something going through these teams. I heard the Minnesota Wild were really sick. Apparently the Bruins had some illness that they were dealing with. So something's going around in the NHL, and the Oilers are not immune from it. And Ryan Nugent-Hopkins seems to be the latest casualty of it. So we'll see if he's determined to be a game time decision or questionable, however you want to call it. But they're going to give him fluids. They're going to let him rest. And then we'll see, in a few hours, he's good to go. Maybe we see him on the ice for warm up. Otherwise, Warren Foegele gets a little bump up. We saw Ryan McLeod with Kane and Draisaitl, and that worked out really well, especially in the third period the other night or other afternoon in Arizona. So that's the latest there. He's got whatever nasty cold is going around. And I'll tell you this, Dusty, it was a good morning skate, good crew. It's a national game in the U.S. It's a national game here. And Jackie Redmond was in town, friend of VST and Hello Hockey. And Jackie was telling us how everybody was getting sick. She got sick, and the Wild, this and that. And then, who comes in? Rashog. And Schauger goes, well, if it was anything that I had, you don't want it. And
so he's been sick too.
Apparently he's been sick. And then Jackie with the line of the day says, men are big babies when they get sick. And then she just stared at me and him, and I was like, yeah, you're kind of right. But Shoggy especially.
Well, he's the softest dude I know anyway.
That's
and
right.
I'm pretty soft. But she's not wrong. When I'm sick, I'm sick. I'm milking it. I'm just like, yeah. I can't. And I'm pretty sure my wife operates with a headache 24/7. I have a headache, and it's like, oh, help me downstairs. I must go into the darkness and sleep for hours and hours on end. And for her, it's like, oh, I've got a killer migraine, but I've got a million things to do today. And I don't think I ever understand that she's always got something going on. And I'm like, As soon as I get a sniffle, I'm like, ooh, I better go lock it down for a bit. Get me the NyQuils and everything. So yeah. Jackie's not wrong.
No.
Dudes are soft. It's that simple. It's just some are softer than others. So if Nuge can't go tonight, you mentioned Foegele with McDavid and Hyman, Draisaitl, Kane, and McLeod. We'll get to that in a second. Now, if Nuge somehow shows up and is like, hey, I feel better. I had a man nap this afternoon and everything's great, and he can play tonight, do you think it would still be Brown that's out, or do you think it would be Gagne out again and Brown gets back in?
I think it should be Brown, and I feel like it probably would be Brown, depending on what the situation is with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Dusty, we've said it all year. There was hope at the start of the year that he would turn it around, but there's just nothing there, and it's beyond the point. You can't even say the PKs performing well. They've given up 10 in their last 20 kills, and that's the last 6 games. So, you can't even make that argument that, he helps out the PK in a big way. All the while, like Matthias Janmark, since getting sat out, I think has been noticeable in a positive way the last couple of games. Credit to him. Maybe he doesn't want to sit out again, so he learned his lesson. If Nugent Hopkins is rested up and he's good to go tonight, then I would assume, and I think it should be Connor Brown, who's the guy that comes out of action. But time will tell, and we'll see what happens here.
780-218-9999, 780-218-9999, or of course you can hit us up in the nasty chat as well, where Surveyor Brett says, I'm excited to see Tommy wheeling and dealing on the ice this Sunday. Tommy, anytime goal bet? That's our upcoming battle against the heavy hockey crew. We ended up raising $1,850 today. Our head coach will be Pete, who's also donated some lower bowl Oilers tickets that we're going to auction off in the silent auction on Saturday, I believe. And then Fergie's Prostate, who was bidding up all along the way, decided that he wasn't going to be able to top Pete, so he paid $500 donation to be the goalie coach. So he's going to come and just be the goalie coach and basically hang out with us for Sunday. Puck drop at 11 o'clock down at the right where the guys were skating today, right? This is downtown community rink day. So we will be there. It doesn't cost anything to pop by. If you want to come by, watch a charity game. Rob Clark's going to be there to sing the anthem and stuff. We have ways to continue to raise money for the cause. Yes, make plans. Swing on by DCA on Sunday. Puck drop at 11. It should be a pretty good time. What type of expectations are you going into that game with, Tommy? Like, are we going to win? Are we going to have a good time? What's going to happen here?
Thank you to Pete and Fergie's Prostate, first of all. That's huge. And go to a good cause. I don't know, like, what kind of team did the heavy hockey boys put together here? What kind of team do we have?
It's very random. I'm not sure. Like, people who would have registered as a solo to come and play, they could have requested to be on one team or the other. It didn't guarantee it. So I don't know if Michael from the Heavy Hockey Network knows the ability of everybody and tried to like even the teams up like we're a bunch of little kids, or maybe they're setting up to get absolutely pumped. The only thing I know is that you know how I play. I know how you play. You have skated with YouTube Trev, have you not?
Yep.
What's the best way for us to use YouTube Trev?
Keep it simple, meat and potatoes, man.
I was gonna say, is the answer as little as possible? Is that what it is? Or
I don't want to say that. I don't want to break his heart. He's a beautiful human being, and I don't like seeing him sad. So he's gonna be effective in whatever limited role we provide him.
Survey Brett says, Tommy praising Janmark's game, a tradition unlike any other. You do love. Maybe you're the Matthias Janmark of our team this upcoming weekend. So,
well, hopefully I can add a little more offensive pop to our team. But I don't know.
Eric will be there as a physiotherapist. He's going to be there to help with things. I'm going to probably get him some white gloves. You can put on some gloves. I'm probably going to fake an injury at some point so Eric can come out and help me off the ice. And then I can have everybody can give me a round of applause. And then I have a triumphant return 2 shifts later. And people are like, wow, I can't believe he's back. When really I was faking the entire time. So it's
such a warrior.
Yeah, I plan on grinding it out pretty good. I got a big game tonight too. It's parents versus kids tonight against Marshall's team, a bunch of 8-year-olds. And I plan on kind of tuning them up to get ready for Sunday because I haven't played a game in a while. So,
little brats.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's gonna be good. The better artist is in on the nasty chat and says Janmark is so underrated. I'm gonna say Janmark's perfectly rated. I don't think he's overrated. I don't think he's underrated. I think Matthias Janmark and his 2 goals this season are perfectly rated, Tommy. I know you like him a little bit more than I like him, but not even you would go as far as saying Matthias Janmark is underrated, right? Like,
no, he's a good pro. I appreciate what he does in the entirety of the ice surface, his 200-foot game, but I would like to see some offensive jam, which he has provided in years past, and it has not been there. Good for him to get one. That was off his butt and in, basically.
Whatever,
maybe
right?
It helps him. It doesn't matter. They all count, and then if that gets him going and he fires one home, I think this first goal he didn't even shoot in. I think it was Iwanek saying that Janmark hasn't shot a puck into the net.
What was his first goal? What was his first goal this year?
I think it was also like a redirection of some sort. Yeah, if I recall correctly. But anyway, I appreciate what Matthias Janmark does for the most part. He's a pro, but has he had a good season? Debatable. He's been okay. He had a few good stretches, but he's consistent.
X-Ray J is asking if I'm going to go with the stretcher. With every song, the stretcher, they get me up on it, we're rolling off, and then I'm like, was it Triple H who had the fake leg? Who had the Nash?
Yeah, it was Kevin Nash.
Kevin Nash. It was Kevin Nash, and you pull off, and you're like, here I am, I'm good to go. That's probably taking a little too far. I just wanted like Eric kind of under my arm helping me off, and then I'm like, upper body, it's fine, everything's good. Senior Boot says, Dusty, go Kramer on those kids tonight. Tough love.
Yeah,
exactly. That's what I'm talking about. If you have any questions, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. If you are watching on YouTube right now and you need to head out and about, make sure you have Edmonton Sports Talk on TuneIn, locked and loaded, ready to go, or you can listen to EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Matt from Okotoks texts in and says, guys, if Nuge is out this last night or tonight, if Nuge is out, does that mean Brown gets back in by default again? And that's basically what we were saying a little bit earlier on, kind of answer that question. I think he probably would have gone back to Brown anyway, though. I
feel like he wouldn't.
No, you don't think so? I don't know. Janmark was only out for one game and came back in after a win.
Yeah, but he's been good.
I could see he's not been that good, Tommy. like when they took him out of the lineup, he's
been better.
They took him out of the lineup and they won, and then they put him back in. So I feel like they could have done the same thing with Brown. Taking him out of the lineup, they won, put him back in, and Sam Gagner's the guy who gets relegated back to the press box for a little bit. But we'll never know unless Nuge all of a sudden can play tonight. So that's good. Mark says, Dusty, Lieutenant Eric needs the magic spray like they use in soccer to treat your injury. That's a good point. Come out with the spray me up, and then I'm good to go. That's a good one as well. 780-218-9999. All right, so Ryan McLeod, who got bumped up in the third period of the last game to play with Draisaitl and Evander Kane, looks like he's going to start with that line again tonight. I just ripped this Band-Aid off. Do you think Ryan McLeod's better as a winger or as a centerman?
I don't know. Like, I think he's supposed to be a centerman. Like, and that's probably
from a team need perspective or from how he's built.
Is he the perfect centerman? No, he's still a work in progress. I still think he's a better centerman, but he can moonlight as a winger, and we're gonna see it again. And I think if he has success, people are gonna be like, "See, I told you, he's a winger." But I don't think that's the plan. Like we saw Nugent Hopkins slide back to the middle. If these guys can move back and forth between the wing and center, then great. I think in the long run, he'll be a better centerman. Right now, I mean, he creates when he's with Draisaitl and Kane. They had a good third period. They had a good run with him and Fogle and Draisaitl a couple of weeks ago or a month ago, whatever it was, and then he got switched back to center. What is he better at right now? Well, probably more effective on the wing, but he's supposed to be a centerman. But
that's what I'm saying. Like, what does it say about him as a center that every time he goes to the wing, we're like, oh, Ryan McLeod's better when he plays out there?
That he's a work in progress at center. That's what it tells us. Yeah. Who's going to text it? Who's the first texter? Maybe it's on the nasty chat. See, this is why they need a centerman. That's coming. I know it's either there already. I haven't even looked, but it's probably already there. That text is either in the inbox or it's in the nasty chat already.
Well, they could use a centerman, though. I mean, one that you would just kind of dub on the fourth line, even if, I mean, like if let's say they acquired a third line, a guy that you could classify as a third line center. Now, I'm not naming names. I'm just saying they go out and get somebody and you're like, oh, all right, well, this guy's a third line center.
Yeah.
McLeod's a winger then, right? Like that's just what it is.
Sure.
Right? Yeah, right? Like that's,
okay.
Yeah.
That's great.
RCN is in and says, I think he's a center, but he's more effective as a left winger for Draisaitl than any other guy that they have right now. And Brent Kellington says, see, this is why they need a centerman. So he came in at that one. Zedmo says, how long did Nuge take at center? I mean, Nuge was a center forever.
Yeah.
And now he's kind of settled in more so on the wing as an effective piece because you've got two monster centers in the organization. I mean, the bottom line is Ryan McLeod is more productive when he's on the wing than in the middle. That's just how it is. I mean, the numbers back that up this year. Is he their third line center next year, or is he a winger next? Like, if you had to guess, I would probably think at the beginning of next season he's your third line center again.
Yeah.
But like, what would you say the percentages are that he is a winger to start next year?
25% maybe.
Yeah.
Like, I think he would have to go on an absolute tear in the next couple of weeks on that line, stay there, force the coach's hand, and then they go, okay, we need a centerman, and McLeod's just a winger now. I think that's what would have to happen. Otherwise, I think they'll try this for a few games. Whenever Nugent Hopkins comes back, and then if they have to reshuffle again, he goes back to center.
It's interesting because I would say so far this year, I mean, technically with Nuge being a natural center, they've got two centers playing the wing tonight with the way that the lineup's set up right now. McLeod's he's interesting. It's interesting as a winger if they can find some room. Because I would say, like right now when he plays the wing, he's their fourth best winger. You've got Hyman, you got Kane, you got Nuge. He's their fourth best winger when he plays the wing. I mean, who would even be the other option there? Don't say Matthias Janmark. I'll come through the screen.
I mean, this year maybe Warren Foegele at times. You know,
but that's it,
good,
right? Like that's
good for Foegele, but yeah.
You
know what? Corey Perry, in his limited time as an Oiler, I think he's been effective. Can't forget him. I'll say Corey Perry. And with Corey Perry the other day against Arizona, like there were times where he was making some plays, and even YouTube Trev looked at me. He's like, "There's the old Corey Perry. He's still capable of doing stuff like that." Now, can he sustain it like he used to? Not probably not. But I like him. He's been good. He's been effective, and especially on that road trip in Dallas, nice goal. I think Corey Perry's up there too.
Okay, so let's talk about the Corey Perry line because Perry, Holloway, and Janmark together. Now that would if Nuge was to play, Foegele would get bumped back down, and then Janmark would get bumped back down. But what do you expect from a Holloway line with himself in the middle, Perry on the right, and Matthias Janmark on the left side? Like we've been talking about trying to find some depth scoring from the bottom six.
Yeah,
is that a line that can do that for you?
Yeah. Why not? I mean, we saw Derek Ryan shorty in Dallas. We saw a Matthias Janmark special in front of the net. Perry's been okay. Holloway, his motor is running, and Janmark's been better since he came out of the press box. Sure, like I think they could. Like you got two veterans who should be good, know their role. Keep it simple. And then you got a young guy that's up and coming, and he's hungry, and he's trying to make things happen out there. As long as Holloway is responsible, why couldn't they have a good matchup against the Bruins' third line?
Yeah, I'm not expecting any offense from them, but there's the outside chance that Holloway and Perry can kind of connect on something. This text is in 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. Holloway is better at 3C. So keep McLeod on the wing for now. Is it too early to make the bold claim that Holloway's a better third-line center than Ryan McLeod? I mean, we're talking extremely small sample size here.
He has less than 5 games under his belt as a center in the NHL. How can you justify that statement? Could he be down the road? Maybe. Is he right now? No. Good for him. Like, being willing to take on any task and challenge that the coaching staff throws his way. And maybe he finds his rhythm. He skates really well. He seems to have a good knack and vision. And maybe that parlays into distributing the puck better when he's got it on his stick in the offensive zone. Maybe it gives him the freedom to move around the offensive zone a little bit more and get open and find soft spots where he can let that shot off. But yeah, right now he's not a better centerman than Ryan McLeod. He's like 4 or 5 games into being a centerman in the NHL.
Zedmo says 91, 55, 71. Kane, Holloway, McLeod. What would you think of that line?
I would think that the Oilers probably need a goal, and they've loaded up Draisaitl and McDavid at that point, right, with Hyman. I don't know. Interesting.
And then you would have Nuge with Foegele and Perry, basically. I mean, if you're looking at the leftovers, if they've loaded up the top line like you suggested.
Yeah. Maybe we see it at some point. They have flexibility. It's a good thing. And so I wouldn't mind it. You got Kane going right now. Sure.
780-218-9999. If you would like to text us, if you're listening on TuneIn or at EdmontonSportsTalk.com. And, of course, you can hit us up in the Nasty Chat as well. Guys, how many games has Corey Perry played in the top 6 since leaving Anaheim prior to this season? I don't know. I mean, I good question. I'm sure somebody has that number somewhere. I don't have that number somewhere right now.
No, I don't.
I think I see the conversation they're trying to. We don't necessarily know what those numbers would be. Dr. Gonzo with a good question. This was on my list of things that we were going to discuss on the Oil Stream here, presented to you by Boston Pizza. Who takes Nuge's spot on the PP? Is that Evander Kane?
Maybe Ryan McLeod.
Yeah. Oh, man, I think Evander Kane would be pretty pissed off if McLeod got that spot, though.
Yeah, but what is – I agree with you. Of course, he wants his cookies on the power play.
Yeah.
Would probably want that. But, if you want to keep the power play similar, who distributes the puck and probably has a closer mindset to Nugent Hopkins, Kane or McLeod? I think it's McLeod. McLeod is pretty smooth with the puck. He's got decent hands, knows that when he's on that power play, his job is to defer. Unless you want to create a heavy net front presence with Hyman and Kane, which I don't mind, but then you need to take on more of a shooting mentality to get the puck to the front instead of passing it into the net like these guys tend to do, and which has plagued them lately because the power play at times has gotten too cute. But if you want to go more shot mentality and get pucks to the net and then just bang and crash with Hyman and Kane, yeah, you could do that. And maybe you could try McLeod and try to keep the power play as is or as close to it with Nugent Hopkins. Or if you do want to throw a different wrinkle in there, maybe you put Kane in there.
The only two options are Kane and McLeod, though, right?
I would think so. You're not putting Foegele in there, not putting Sam Gagner in there. I don't think you're putting Corey Perry on there.
No, I mean, the Corey Perry net front, move Hyman out to the left side. I don't know. Hyman's around the net. What about this for a reconfiguration almost? Because Nuge is usually over on that left side. Mm-hmm. You could throw McDavid over there, throw Kane in the middle of the ice, keep Draisaitl on the right side. Yeah, Kane and maybe a bumper. Then you still have Hyman down to the net. Kane, who has that extremely effective shot, is sitting there in the slot instead. I think that's probably the most likely of the scenarios. You make an interesting case for McLeod and the mindset of Nuge and the similarities of Nuge. But I wonder if you have McDavid in that puck handling spot over on the left side, put Kane in the high slot, and then Draisaitl over on the far side. What it does open up is 2 one-timers from McDavid into the slot or all the way across to Draisaitl.
I honestly, just with how things have gone lately with the power play, and it's converted. It's gotten its fair share of goals, but I would like to see more of a simple approach and more of a shooter's approach and score some banging and crashing goals, greasy ones. And I know Hyman's got a ton this year. And now we've got Kane, who's made his way into the 20-goal plateau and could hit 30 this year, quite honestly. I kind of like the bang and crash. So, if he really wants to, Glenn Gulletson and Chris Knobloch, if they see something and they try, let's say, McLeod, and it's kind of it's too cute. The Bruins are playing it tight and they're very aggressive on the forecheck or attacking guys on the power play, and you want to just get pucks funneled to the net, then take out McLeod and put in Kane and maybe throw a wrinkle at the Bruins and maybe at least a success. You have those options, which I like. Now, if Nugent Hopkins can't play.
Man, I remember back at the old station, there was a stretch there before the power play kind of went supernova, or maybe we were just joking one time, but the dueling power plays where McDavid was on one and Draisaitl was on the other, and they would draft their power play units before every game. God,
of course they would.
God, would that be fun? That would be right. That would be a riot.
Do they need a commissioner?
Let's do this right now. Do you want to be McDavid or Draisaitl? And I'll be the other one.
I don't care.
You choose. You choose. You know what? I'll say
Leon.
this. No.
I'll be Leon.
No, you be Connor. You're a better skater than me. I'm bigger than you. You're Connor McDavid. I'm Leon Draisaitl. Now, as Leon Draisaitl, I get the first pick. We're gonna draft our power plays. Okay, I'm gonna take Evan. I'm gonna take Evan Bouchard.
Well, that's a very nice pick. I appreciate that. I will take Zach Hyman.
Ah, damn it! I was really hoping Hyman would slip.
Of course you did.
All right, let's make this a swing. You get the next pick too.
Oh, we're swinging.
Okay,
yeah,
let's swing. That's what we usually do. Let's swing it.
I would take Zach Hyman, and then I would take Ryan Nugent-Hopkins.
Oh, that's a nice look. So the first 5 guys off the board. I mean, that's how the swing's going to go. I really shouldn't have said swing. I think I could have got Nugent. I'm already disappointed. I got no net front presence right now. I'm pretty rattled by it. Okay, I'm going to take Evander Kane. I'll go Evander Kane with Bouchard and Draisaitl. Where are you going next?
I'm going to go with... I have Hyman. I have Nugent-Hopkins. I'm McDavid, evidently. I will take Matthias Ekholm.
Matthias Ekholm is going to be your point man.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go straight to the net front. I will take the veteran, the future Hall of Famer, Corey Perry.
Good call. And then...
Wait, we totally stopped swinging. You should swing. That's your pick again. That's my bad. I jumped the gun on Perry.
Well, I'll take Ryan McLeod.
Okay, good. I was worried that you might take Perry and scoop me. All right, so I'm going to take Corey Perry. I've got Kane, Bouchard, McDavid. So you're done here, aren't you? You have...
That's it.
Yeah, you took McLeod and Ekholm to go with Hyman and Nuge. All right, who else do I throw out here for the...
They're both pretty good power plays.
They are. I mean, they're both... There's a lot of skill on both of these power plays. This is not the... We're trying to do like a test here. We know they've got more than enough talent. Oh, did I not take the swing? Did I miss my swing?
I don't know.
That doesn't matter anyway. I wouldn't have taken your guy anyway. I'll go. Wait a second here.
It's the last pick, right?
I know.
I have my power play unit.
This is going to sound wild, but I'm going to take Sam Gagner. I'm going to take Sam Gagner. I was thinking Holloway, but I'm going to take Sam Gagner. Right shot. So I would set Perry up in front of the net, Kane in the high slot, Gagner over on the left side, get some of that Mark Letestu buzz, and then got Bouchard back on the point. So, I feel like they're 9 deep on a power play. I'm probably reaching a little bit with Sam Gagner, but a fun experiment nonetheless.
Yeah, like I think by taking McLeod on my hypothetical power play, like a little bit soft, but the high end skill would be there, and if you're moving that puck around like a hot biscuit, I think, and he can score greasy goals like. He can slink in there. So that was kind of like, is my power play too soft here? But I think it's sneaky greasy.
Stories from the draft. V Power says, no one took Darnell? Well, I had Bouchard. I'm not taking a second defenseman there. Tommy, did you consider at all going 2D?
I did. And then I was like, well, I think Ekholm is actually pretty effective. He's smart and he's safe. And he would know if the bomb is there from the point, he can take it. He's generally good at getting it through and putting it on net. And I don't think he takes as many risks as Darnell would on a power play. That was my mindset. For those of you in the nasty chat who are calling justice for Dusty because I missed my swing, it's okay. I'm fine with it. It's not changing anything. I would not have taken Ekholm anyway. It's okay. We need to calm down on the swing. I didn't need the justice. I'm fine. Justice for Dusty? Yeah. Come on. Usually I don't see this from a draft, so it's kind of a unique thing now. Wow. It's kind of exciting. It's kind of exciting to see. So this is how
This is how the other guys feel. Portions of the Oil Stream and everything we do here at Edmonton Sports Talk brought to you by CoolBet. I have submitted the EST parlay for tonight. It is not up in the exclusives just yet, but it has been sent off. It's Oilers money line win, McDavid over 1.5 points, Bouchard with a point, Hyman with a point. That will be available on the exclusives page at CoolBet, hopefully by the end of the show today. What's up with Boston? You talk about, we'll get some more of your Oilers comments. Keep them coming in. 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999, and of course in the nasty chat as well. If you got questions about the game tonight, we can get to that. But Tommy, you're down there today. What are people saying about Boston? They're just coming off a 7-game homestand, and we'll get to the Oilers homestand in a second. I know somebody wants to talk about the 5 games coming up here. But they only won 2 of ththose 5. They're 2-3-2 in their last 7. What's going? I know they're missing some guys due to injury tonight as well. What's going on with Boston right now?
Yeah, well, talking with Eric Russo, who's a Bruins reporter, you'll see a rink report coming out with him after this show. Sounds like the Bruins are having some troubles on their specialty teams. PK has been a little leaky. Power play needs to get going a bit. And then they haven't been getting that extra save from their guys. A bit of a dip from both Swayman and Allmark. And it's led to this little stretch here where they've gone 4-4-2 in their last 10. They lost to Seattle. They lost to LA. Then they go and they get a big shootout win against Dallas in their last one. But, yeah, it sounds like a bit of a dip and a lull from a special teams point of view. And then, they're not getting that extra save. So it's leading to goals against and ultimately losses. A chance tonight for the Bruins, if you're looking at it from their standpoint, to get the power play going. If you're watching the Oilers PK and you go, boy, they're giving up at least 1 or 2 goals on the penalty kill every night. This is a good opportunity to get our power play going. So there's going to be that mentality probably from the Bruins, and then how they stop Edmonton's power play, even without Nugent Hopkins, if he can't go, that's a tough one because it's still clicking and still in the top 10. But yeah, they need a save, and Allmark and Swayman haven't been the Allmark and Swayman that we saw last year, although they've been good in general. And it's been a by committee thing this year with the Bruins too, with Marchand taking over as a captain, no Bergeron, no Krejci, they lost Taylor Hall and a bunch of other guys that have retired and been sent elsewhere. So it's a mentality of those old guys in Marchand and even, Charlie McAvoy is a veteran blue liner for them. Like, they have the right attitude, and that's helped them, especially you got Pasternak as well, who's an absolute beast.
Yeah, he's a stud. I mean, I still feel like I don't know if that guy still gets any of what he deserves with Pasternak. You know what I mean? Like, he's as deadly as they come. And it's just like, I don't know if he ever pops into that conversation of remotely, like, it's always McDavid, it's McKinnon for stretches there when Matthews is doing his thing. It's Matthews. It's like Pasternak just cruises along as an absolute, kind of like the Panarin thing a little bit too. I don't know. We just don't talk about either of those guys being as deadly as they are for as long as they have been. It's weird to me.
Dusty, Pasternak only has 80 points this year.
Yeah, I know.
Jeez.
My God. The guy's ridiculous. Portions of the Oil Stream brought to you by One Putt. They got their spring league ready to rock and roll. One Putt Virtual Golf is the best and most accurate indoor golf place in the city for the serious and casual golfers. They've got 6 TrackMan bays, which makes it perfect place to golf and hang out with your friends while catching the Oilers game, crushing some EST 6 o'clock or lager. They got the cans over there. Their spring league sign-up is now open. League starts on February 26th, goes for 8 weeks, guaranteeing that you'll be able to finish before the outdoor golf season starts. So this starts in 5 days. You can sign up, $360. It includes 8 hours of golf and your league fees. And then the winner of the season will win a brand new driver valued at over $800, along with other weekly prizes as well. To learn more, check them out, www.oneputt.ca/spring league, or to follow their Instagram at oneputtYEG. This is great because you hit up Spring League, you win it, and then before you head back outdoors again, you got the new driver worth over $800. What a setup.
Like the drivers now, I can't believe they're over $800, which is insane. B, I'm guessing it's the TaylorMade QI10. I asked Murray McCord about it again yesterday.
Who is jacked, by the way, now.
He is jacked. What the hell's going on?
Murray McCord is, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. He walks in, what's up, boys?
Yeah, he looks like a cartoon character that got extremely jacked for one episode. You know, like when Homer would be like, "Ooh," you're like, what is this?
Yeah, so I that's a hell of a deal through one putt, and I know they had that league that ran for a month that was great on the weekends, and so that's something that I'd like to be a part of, and I'd get my ass kicked and would not win the driver, which I really, really want.
That would be nice. That would be nice. Let's get to a few more of your text messages, and we'll get into the homestand here a little bit as well. Lots of reaction to the draft that went a little bit off the rails, but in the end, I don't think it really changed. I saw Jenna said, "Pick Gagne, coward," and I did. You did. That was nice. I did. I think that came in right before I picked him. So they were probably really happy with that one. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999 tonight. Huge game tonight. 5-3 Oilers. I won't be a loser tonight. That comes in from the loser, who texts in on a regular basis as the loser.
Hey, the loser was texting in the other day.
What a handle, the loser.
I know. And I'm like, do you want us to change your name? Like, he's like, no, I think it's funny when someone is called a loser by you guys. I'm like, well, okay. All right. We don't mean it.
That is funny, though. I like that one. Eden texts in 780-218-9999. Afternoon, boys. Have you seen the Dodgers' new see-through pants? Fanatics. Woof. Have you seen these pants? I haven't even looked at these pants yet.
I need to see this.
I haven't even looked at these pants. Yeah. Let me look it up. Let me see Dodgers pants.
Yeah, we talked about like the players complaining last week about the jerseys looking like super cheap and the material sucks and it doesn't fit right. And in the MLB, they get all their stuff tailored, like their pants, all that stuff's taken care of in-house. And apparently the tailors are having a hard time with everything and these new uniforms and the material. And Fanatics put out this really crappy press release when the players were ripping on the jerseys about like all the new technology in them. And it's like, they look cheap and they look crappy. And then you know what? When you used to go and buy a jersey, a baseball one, and you pay like for the real one, it had the nice cresting with the stitching, the colors popped on the name bars. Now it just looks like they heat press everything, even for the game day jerseys, which is brutal.
Yeah, I'm seeing some Ohtani, and it looks like you can see like the tucked in jersey.
Yeah,
inside the pants. Ugh. Well, that's not good. That's not good.
If people are wondering, because it does say Nike on the uniforms still, Nike licensed its name to Fanatics. That's how it's done.
Is that how it worked?
Yeah.
So why would you license your name to a brand that looks like they're absolutely, whatting the bed?
I don't know. Money,
I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. These don't look good. I'm looking at the player, like their new headshots. They have the like 3/4 torso, and you can see like the tucked in shirt, and yeah, you can see right through it. You can see the label from the jersey through the pants. Like,
legitimately a tough look. Like legitimately a tough look.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not great. That's not great. All right. Somebody was asking about the Edmonton Oilers. It's a busy homestand here, Tommy Gazzola. What is it? 5 games in 7 days at home? Is that what this is?
Yeah, it is. I'm just looking at the schedule right now. You get the day between games, the back-to-back Friday, Saturday. We've got our watch party on Friday at Hudson's West Edmonton Mall. Come on down. Then you get the Flames on Saturday, and then a day, get the Kings, and a day off. Then you get the Blues on the 28th, and then they have the 29th, no game. So is that 8 days? 5 games in 8 days, right?
Wednesday to Wednesday, so technically 8 days. Yeah, it's 5 games in 8 days.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, let's just look at the opposition. Boston tonight, back-to-backs, Minnesota, Calgary. Then they get the Kings, won 4 in a row recently. They get the Blues. Yeah. We just saw what happened in St. Louis. I know, what do you, like, going on the road, coming back with 4 of 6, I think you're happy. There's 10 points up for grabs in this homestand right now. What makes, what 6?
Get 6.
That's the same clip as going on the road, though. Don't you want more?
Yeah, lock in. Yeah, but I mean, these are tough games tonight. You don't know. Are the Bruins going to wake up? Are they going to play the Oilers like the way they did against Dallas, where they got to win against a really good team? Edmonton just beat Dallas. So today is a toss-up. I don't know. Edmonton's played Boston better in recent years. Mini in Calgary, like, I think you need to win those games. And for the love of God, beat the LA Kings, because that was not good a couple weeks ago in LA. And then the Blues, you know what? The Oilers need to atone for what was a really bad night last Thursday. Hopefully they still have the awful foul taste in their mouth from that loss in St. Louis, and that motivates them. So I say at least 3. Get at least 3. If they even go 3-1-1, that's better, obviously. A 4-win homestand would be amazing.
4-win homestand would be really nice. I think 3-1-1 would be what I would describe as pretty good. Taking 3 of the 5 at home, you're probably okay with it, but I don't think you're like stoked about it if you're a fan.
If you beat LA, okay,
yeah,
you beat Calgary and you get a win against one of the other 3 teams, like the win against LA would be like a 1+ win. Like it's a little bonus.
That's an important game.
Yeah.
Okay, well then let's first of all, Gager is in the nasty chat and says, I'm working the bingo at the mall on Friday. Awesome. There you go. That works out well, Gager. How late's the bingo go? You swing on by, see the crew. That's for the pre and post game show here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Watch party on Friday night at Hudson's. Tommy has pre and post tonight at Hudson's as well at the Bourbon Street West Edmonton Mall location. Okay, so Skinner starts tonight, confirmed.
Yeah.
I'm just going to play a game here. Pickard against the Wild, Skinner against the Flames. What do you do with the Kings and Blues next week?
I give Skinner LA, and then I don't mind seeing Pickard against St. Louis.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah, no, I think if Skinner plays three of these games over the next 8 days, I think that's fine. That would probably make sense.
For the love of God, I hope to God that we do not see a Jack Campbell text.
I thought you really enjoyed that yesterday on the Hangout.
Oh my God! Well, the first thing you said to me was, "You really hate Jack Campbell." I don't.
It sounded like you do. It sounded like you do.
The Welder. Yeah, where's Smitty the Welder to rub that in? I don't. It's just, why would you bring him up? It's stupid.
Why?
And you have to waive Pickard. You can't.
I thought I might have missed part of the conversation then, because I thought the discussion was, if Skinner goes down in the playoffs, would you go to Campbell or Pickard? Was that
no? Why would you go to Campbell? He's an AHL goalie now.
Was that the discussion? Yeah, but Pickard was an AHL goalie before he came up. So
yeah, and then Pickard went. What is he? 6-2,
7-2, I think.
7-2 now. Campbell wasn't.
No, but that was with a different coaching staff. I mean, I'll have a little bit of defense for him there. I mean, it's a little bit.
Yeah,
different.
Taylor Cornelius with Jarius Jackson. Let's see it.
100%. I do want to see that.
Who cares?
I want to see Taylor Cornelius away from McAdoo. I do. So, I mean, I'm a little intrigued to.
I'm not.
I'm not saying I'm not calling for
zero time.
I'm saying I'm interested to see how Campbell looks behind the Knobloch-led defensive system, just because we haven't seen it. And Skinner was a train wreck before too. So
let's not.
I don't know. I see, but this is why people think you don't like Jack at all, right? Because you're so adamant against it.
Well, what do the fans want? Do they want their team to win, or do they want to make a guy feel better about himself and try to make him an NHL goalie again this season? Pick one. I think they want to win. And the guy who's clearly been better, regardless of the team and the coaching staff, is Calvin Pickard this year. And then you got Olivier. I'll even throw Olivier Rodriguez in this. He's had a very good season. Very good season on a good Condors team. Not a great Condors team, just a good Condors team.
But in the playoffs, you'd start him ahead of Jack Campbell?
Olivier Rodriguez?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
But I wouldn't. And then, was it you that brought up yesterday, like, would you, if Skinner went down, hypothetical, knock on wood, oil country, if Skinner went down, would you call up Campbell and start him over Pickard? No.
I don't think.
Somebody mentioned
it was probably on the Hangout. I think that's what you guys were talking about.
It was on the Hangout. Yeah.
You guys were talking about.
Yeah. No. Don't do that. Anyway.
Nick is in and says, Tommy is on fire. I don't think you get fired up more than Jack Campbell conversation. I really don't. I got time for it. I think it's hilarious. It's hilarious.
Thank you. I guess.
You get very fired up for Jack Campbell conversation.
It's like, stop it. Stop asking about him. He's in the minors.
Well, people are just asking. Like, nobody's saying anything. They're just asking, right?
No, they go, do you got to get him back up? No. Leave him. Let him do his thing.
T. Wilson is in and says, call me a fool, but I'd like to see Pickard take every other game to help Skinner rest up. He's earned it. Where do you come out on that? Where do you come out on just kind of not necessarily going back and forth, but they've got 30 games left in 58 days. Where do you come out on like a 16-14 or a 15-15 split?
I think I'd still want to see Skinner in there like 18. And then, if Pickard's playing well, which he has, he's a veteran guy, then what are we at? We have 30 games left, 18-12. I like that.
18-12, so a 60-30 split basically. It's like 66-33 split.
Yeah. I don't mind that.
What does that take Skinner to? How many games has Skinner started already?
I'm
looking it up here. Skinner has started 38. Seventh most starts in the National Hockey League. So what did you say you want to switch to 18-12? 18-12 would take him up to 56 games.
That's not bad.
That'd be
what did we say going into the year? Like somewhere in the
that'd be okay.
55-60 range? That's right there.
Well, he's pacing well beyond 60 right now. So if you could dial that back a little bit. Because Gager, great conversation on Two Guys in Goal yesterday, Cass and Gager, because we're like, somebody had texted in and said, guys, what's up with Skinner? Like his body language lately. And Gager went one way and said, he thinks he looks mentally fatigued right now. Made a great case for it. If you've not yet subbed to Two Guys and a Goalie or with us live on Two Guys and a Goalie, Tuesdays and Thursdays, great show. Cass and Gager are awesome. So Gager laid it out well on the one side. Then Cassidy disagrees and said he just thinks he looks frustrated with the way that the team's playing in front of him a little bit. Where are you at on the recent Stuart Skinner package? Let's just say, I think it goes back to Detroit a little bit. I thought that game against Detroit, he kind of started looking a little like on the Kane goal that kind of got through everybody and Kane hammers into the empty net. Skinner was like, I don't know. I think it goes back a little bit. I think both guys made a really good case. Is he frustrated? Is he mentally fatigued? Is he mentally fatigued a little bit because he's been frustrated a little bit? I don't know. Where are you at right now on that Skinner package?
Well, it was interesting. Like last Thursday when they played the Blues and that Torrey Krug goal went in and Skinner was way on the outside of his crease and Krug slid it under him. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of what Gager was hinting at when he was in the studio and talking to us about Skinner and his concern. It was a breath of fresh air when Pickard got the win in Dallas. And I think that was another step in solidifying the trust with Calvin Pickard. But then, the goals that Stu Skinner let in against Arizona, the two Bukestad shots were great. Like one, he whizzed at his head.
Right there. What he's supposed to do.
And then the other one was a nice one over the blocker. But the third Coyotes goal, that was that was a nice give and go.
That was the give and go with Keller.
Yeah.
And I thought that was such a great, was it Schmaltz? Is that who it was?
Right in front?
Yeah. It was such a great pass back right away. Like they knew zero chance for Skinner to get reset because he hadn't even set over here, let alone get back here. I mean, there was nothing. There was nothing he could have done on that one. That was a really nice offensive play from the Coyotes.
I thought Skinner was okay against Arizona, but listen, I don't know how much you could read into it, but looking at him in the room, like very casual, sitting around, chatting with everybody, looked very relaxed. That's kind of him anyway. He's always smiling. He's like YouTube Trev like that with those glorious mustaches. But no, it didn't look like there was anything pressing or on his mind or bugging him. But goalies are voodoo, as our good friend Lowtide likes to say. And I don't know. I thought the other day was okay for him. Like if he comes out with a big performance today, that's great. Go to Pickard against Minnesota, and then let Stu get ready for a Saturday in a big game against the Calgary Flames, where they are wearing their Heritage Classic jerseys one final time.
That's the last time, eh?
And then
they'll put them away forever.
Forever.
Unless they make the Stanley Cup final and decide they want to mix them in. That'd be fun.
Highly unlikely, but good point.
Portions of the Oil Stream brought to you by Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen, where the Oilers meal is still available for a limited time here now. It's the Nuge, the final cup. the final one. Hopefully you got the Hyman. Hopefully you got the Ekholm. Hopefully you got the Nurse. And now a chance to get the Nuge at all Popeyes locations. Go in and order the Oilers meal. You're going to get the regular chicken sandwich. That's your choice. You get the nugs, you get the Cajun fries, you get the medium drink, you get the dipping sauce, and you also get your hands on the Nugent Hopkins Collectibles Cup. Only at Popeyes. Somebody texted in today and said it was grand opening down on 170th today.
Oh, so
nice. That's a big one. Anytime I feel like Furby and his crew at Popeyes are strategically starting to place Popeyes around our office. All right, let's just keep it going. Yeah. Eventually, we have a Popeyes in the EST Funhouse at the old Shanks building.
Hey, the way Furby is putting all these Popeyes at new locations, man, the guy probably rolls in velour sweatsuits.
Yeah, tracksuits. I like to imagine anybody in a velour sweatsuit, right? I think that's
Furby.
It's extremely comfortable.
Question. Maybe we can be franchisees at EST.
With our own Popeyes.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Tommy, you got big ideas all the time, my man. God, look at this. Not necessarily sure how we pull that off, but I like the idea. I love the idea.
We're businessmen now, Dusty.
Yeah, that's right. That's true. We're businessmen now.
That's scary.
All right, this text is in. It says, this is a good text. I don't even know if this one's come in before. This guy's texted in a bunch. Oh, we've never replied.
What?
Oh no, it's AB Poker Inc. from the Oil Stream. He's just started to text in a little bit as well. Anyway, nobody's replied to him on the text line ever. Anyway, guys, out of all the trade rumors you've heard, which one do you feel has the best chance? Tommy, what do you think?
I always go back to Pagnotta talking about Philadelphia. The Oilers have had conversations with the Flyers way back in the season, even when they were doing terribly. And there's been conversations that have been ongoing throughout the season. And it's not Konechny. And then I think Friedman put it out there that the Flyers, they just slapped an A on Konechny's chest. They're not trading him, by the way.
They shouldn't trade him. Like, that just doesn't make sense.
So Pagnotta was talking like Scott Lawton and also mentioned who's that blue liner? Not Sealer,
Walker?
But the other guy. Walker, yeah. So Dave was thinking that. I'll go with Dave. Dave's usually right. And then when I asked, internally who they've been talking to, and I asked about Philadelphia, I was like, they were told yes. All season we've been having conversations. So that's what I think is the most likely. The Gensel thing, no. It's funny, the Boston crew last night met up with them, and they're like, so do you think the Bruins are going to get Crosby? I was like, oh my God, you guys are talking about it too over there, because there's Oiler fans that are saying, I think the Oilers are going to get Crosby. No.
Did that originate with our young friend, Tyler Yaremchuk? Was it Yaremchuk that originated the Crosby thing? The Crosby thing is I mean, it's a non-starter. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. A crazy talk,
Stop it.
That's funny.
Stop it.
Could I say Nick Dowd?
Sure.
I think I'll say Nick Dowd.
People are getting really hot and heavy for Nick Dowd, and they think he's the right fit, but he's a little bit pricey, a little bit older, and
he's under contract for next year too, which I like that if they can make it work financially, because there's another piece you don't have to go get next year, right? So
yeah, exactly.
I'll go with a little Nick Dowd for you.
Ask Washington if they want Connor Brown back.
Yeah, probably. I guess.
Yeah, I take him back.
That would be tough. Hey, let's talk about this for a second. If you are watching on YouTube, we'd like to say thank you very much for watching on YouTube, because we've just posted a little video that YouTube Trev put together from the Edmonton Sports Talk account that I'm going to retweet after the show here. But we have now hit 7,000 subs on the Edmonton Sports Talk YouTube channel. YouTube Trev went as far today as saying, we'll see you at 10. Like, he's skipping right over 8 and 9. We're not going to hear from him again until we hit 10. But as of right now, we're at 7.02. So we've gained a few more here today as we hit 7,000. So that definitely means a lot. YouTube is, it's a pretty big part of what we do. Obviously, the digital radio station online is the main driver of it all on TuneIn and EdmontonSportsTalk.com. But it's been fun learning about YouTube. Being on YouTube allows us to sort of do some more creative stuff on YouTube. And the fact that we're already at 7,000, buddy, pat on the back for the whole crew here at Edmonton Sports Talk, and obviously the 7,000 people who find us at least entertaining enough to check out some of the content. And we also know that there's like so many more of you who are just watching and have not yet subbed. So give us a sub. Doesn't cost you anything. Give us a sub, and we love it as we now begin the push towards 8,000.
I love it. I love how Trev just says, see you at 10.
Yeah. He's a very confident young man.
He's had some YouTube success being YouTube Trev.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
And he's like, well, once you start to get people's patterns down and they recognize that you're on at these hours and they just start to follow, and you get one video that pops off and this and that. And we're like, okay, sounds good. SEOs, I don't know what that means still, but all that good
I believe
stuff.
SEO is search engine optimization. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. It makes sense that would be it. So that would be
yes, it is.
That would be good. So yeah, we've hit 7,000 subs over on YouTube. If you are listening on TuneIn or EdmontonSportsTalk.com, and we know there's always many more of you listening over there, hop on YouTube, find Edmonton Sports Talk, and give us a sub over there. Swing by tonight and see Tommy Gazzola. The Edmonton Sports Talk pre- and post-game show gets rolling 6:30 tonight at Hudson's at West Edmonton Mall. Post-game show to follow. Tommy's got a fat stack of GCs that he's ready to dish out. So if you're in the West End or you're one of those people who goes and like walks around the mall, slide on in and get a GC from Tommy Gazzola. 6:30 start, right, Tommy?
6:30 start. We get going. 8 o'clock. 8:22 puck drop tonight. Oh my goodness.
8:22 puck drop tonight?
8:22. Yep.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. 8:22 puck drop tonight.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yep.
So that'll be a late post game for you. Good thing you're at Hudson's. You have a couple bevies.
And a bite to eat.
And a bite to eat.
I think Eric's stopping by. I've been texting with him. He lives very close, and I promised him GCs. So they gave me a stack at White Ave, and then I think Steven from Hudson's Bourbon Street's like, yeah, I got a bunch for you. So I'll give them away like candy.
That was so funny yesterday. We're like, hey, let's swing down and check out the internet. And I think it was you. You're like, who am I talking to? Is it Steven? And I was like, no, I don't think that's his name. And I was like, oh, it is Steven. Like you just guessed the name, which was nice job, Tommy. That was nice. Well,
did I? Where was that a one?
Was that Maddie? Was that Maddie who guessed that? One of you guys guessed the name out of nowhere. It was really well done. So swing by and see Tommy there. Once again, thank you for the 8,000 or 7,000. I'm getting ahead of myself here. 7,000 subs on YouTube means a lot to us here at Edmonton Sports Talk. Tommy, you have a good pre and post tonight. What do you think happens? I hate the term getting goalied, but part of me is thinking maybe the Oilers get goalied tonight. But I don't know. What's your lean on this game?
I think they play Boston hard. They generally lately have played the Bruins better. I like their chances tonight. And if they catch Boston in a lull again, like they have been recently, then I like the Oilers' chance. I'll say it's a close game. I'll say it's another 4-3. I'll give it to the Oilers tonight.
4-3. That would be the over 6.5, which you can get over with our partners at CoolBet. That'll do it for the Oil Stream today. If you're listening on TuneIn or at EdmontonSportsTalk.com, Nielsen Show replay coming up. Pre-game show 6:30 with Tommy Gazzola tonight, right here and only here on Edmonton Sports Talk. You can join him at Hudson's on Bourbon Street. The Oil Stream brought to you in part by CoolBet and Popeyes and our great partners over at One Putt, and of course presented to you by our great partners at Boston Pizza. Tommy, have a good pre and post tonight, buddy, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Sounds good, Dusty. See you tomorrow.